Hello, welcome to Discovery Hour again with your boy here, Kingsley. Wonderful. Thank you for joining in. Hey, quick question for you. Have you ever considered owning a business? What does it mean to own a business? What is wealth to you? What does wealth means to you? Does wealth means owning a business? Or does owning a business means becoming wealthy? Are these two things interconnected? Yes, that's what I'd like to talk about today. I'm excited because this got me excited when I started discovering some amazing truths about what wealth is all about, at least for me, and what maybe owning a business might mean. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Where am I going to start? I tell you this. In a couple of videos, I talked about the six things that I believe for me is wealth, which I call the six F's. I call them the tenets of wealth. Why? Because if you're balanced in these six areas, you should consider yourself wealthy. And what are those again? Faith, family, finance, fitness, health, fun, and friends. If you're balanced in these six areas, you should be a wealthy man. Yes, I love it. I love it. And I did say this that finances, though, is really like the bedrock of it. Why? Because finances is like your thumb. Your thumb is the only finger that can touch the other fingers. So finances has a huge part to play in our lives. But you have to ask yourself this question, which I'm asking. What does wealth means to you? Because I've heard it so many times. Money is not everything. You know, the love of money is the root of all evil. You name it. No problem. I agree. The love of money is the root of all evil. I agree with you. Though sometimes some people misquote that scripture. No problem. Yes, money is not everything. Yeah, I agree with you as well. Money is not everything. I do agree. However, though, with money, you can do a lot of things. That same Bible tells me that money answers to all things. So, hey, so there are some answers that you need that money is the problem. Because you lack it, you're not able to give an answer to those things. Yeah, I'll leave it there. We can talk about that later. So I like talking about money because guess what? Perhaps my first 30 or 40 years of living, I learned about math. I learned about engineering. I learned about prayer. I learned a bunch of other stuff. The only thing I didn't learn about was money. So this time or this next phase of my life, I have decided that I'm going to be learning and studying money because that's the one area I discovered that I had no clue about. And it has plagued my life for a long time. I don't know about you, but I do hope that you are agreeing with me or it's making you feel like, hey, man, yeah, you have that PhD, you have that master's degree, you have that bachelor's degree, yet you're broke, yet you're struggling. Or perhaps you've decided to start your own business and all of a sudden you feel like, man, this is it now. Life is good. Is it? In the book called The Cash Flow Quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki decided to give us a great insight on what it means to be a business owner because he gave four quadrants. He said you can be an employee or self-employed or an investor or a business owner. And when he talked about business owner, he said business owner means owning a system. What is a system? I'll give you a definition for a system. Save yourself time, energy, and money. Simple, isn't it? I love it. Save yourself time, energy, and money. So if you say you own a business and that business is not able to save you time, energy, and money, you don't own a business yet. Use that definition to ask yourself now that what you own, is it really a business or are you simply self-employed? Because self-employed means what? You own the job. That's what self-employed means. You own the job. Because if you're not there, does money keeps rolling in? No. If it doesn't, then you own the job. It means you are it now. I would rather just be an employee than me owning the job. However, again, you have to start from somewhere, right? So why not start there? But understand that that's not where it should end. Because as long as you own the job, you are trapped. I don't know about you, but I want to live in abundance. I want to enjoy and experience what Jesus called, I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Wow. Abundance is already an adjective, but then he added more in front of it. And then he made the word abundant now to become an adverb, abundantly. Why did he have to use those two words? That means the kind of life you and I are living, we are nowhere near what he described. Well, I have decided that I want to experience abundant life or more abundantly. And if that is what is prescribed for me and you to have and to enjoy, you got to ask yourself, is the life you're currently living worth it? What is missing? What can you do to change it? So I have news for you today because if you're self employed, I want you to notice that in that cash flow quadrant, that means you're still exchanging your time for money. And since you and I only have 24 hours a day, you're forever broke. Why? Because you can only do what you do for 24 hours. Now, take a step back and ask yourself this question. Company like Amazon, they employ, currently, the last time I checked, Amazon had over 1.6 million employees globally. Wow. Yeah, that's a big number. Let's just say each of those employees work, which they do, but let's just say they work 8 hours a day. Probably some of them work more than that, right? I think you'd agree with me, right? But let's just say, let's normalize it 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day, 1.6 million. Multiply that number. You would get over 12 million hours. What? Yeah, 12 million hours. So in that same 24-hour time frame that you and I are limited, Amazon is able to generate over 12 million hours in time. You know what that means? I'll give you a hint. What if 1 hour is equivalent to $1 of profit for Amazon? Let's just say that. What if? What if? What if 1 hour is equivalent to just $1 of profit? You know what that means? That means in that same one day, 24 hours that you and I are limited by, Amazon just generated over $12 million in profit. Yeah. You getting it now? You know what that's called? Other people's time. Amazon just figured out a way to leverage other people's time for their benefit. Are you? How many people do you have working for you, that business owner? It's just you? So now you get my point. You have to figure out how you can leverage other people's time. Yeah. Banks on the other side are doing something interesting too. So you take your money, put it in the bank, and which is what the investor quadrant also does. They take money, put it somewhere, sometimes other people's money, and make more money off of other people's money. That's what banks do every day. And they'll keep doing that until you die and your children, they will do the same thing to them. Because I could go to the bank today and borrow money, and they might give me that money for 10, 20% interest. And yet, that money that they gave to me as a loan came from your account. And they were giving you maybe 0.1% or even less. Yeah. That too is called other people's money. So if you are in business, hear me out. You have to figure out how you are going to also start leveraging either other people's money or other people's time. Because I want you to think of Uber. We love Uber. A lot of us use it. I use it too. But can you imagine what's going on? What did the owner of Uber or the person who invented this amazing service did? They wrote a software to connect you, the passenger, to someone who is willing to drive their vehicle to come pick you up from your location, maybe your house, and drop you off somewhere, maybe the airport, for a fee, which you, the customer, you're willing to pay. And when you make that payment, the Uber company collects at least 40%, and they give the driver who actually did the driving, who actually did the work, maybe 60% or less. And you, the customer, you paid. So your money made money for Uber and for the driver. But the Uber guy is the one who is benefiting the most, because all he had to do was connect the two of you, and he made some money off of that deal. Yeah. So in the business of the 21st century, distribution, where you can leverage, is going to be key. Is going to be key. Because here's the truth. There is no demilitarized zone. You are either leveraging or you are the leverage. There's no middle ground. You're either leveraging or you are the leverage. So ask yourself, what are you leveraging? Which of these two things I just described are you leveraging? Where do you fall in that cash flow quadrant? Are you just an employee, self-employed, or are you moving your way towards the next part of the quadrant, either an investor or a business owner? I have news. I know. I agree with you. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't become an investor. I agree with you. That's why I asked the question from the start. What is wealth, or what does wealth means to you? Because you have to know what it means to you so you can define your path. But if money is going to be part of that equation in any way whatsoever, my brother, my sister, and if you are just on the quadrant side where you're employed or self-employed, I'm just here to let you know that that income is going to forever be limited. Now, if whatever you make at some point is satisfactory to you, can meet your needs and give you extra so you can live on and enjoy life, by all means do so. But if you're like me, who wants to enjoy life more abundantly, hey, join me. Let's figure out how we can transition to the business ownership side or to the investor side, where money can make money for us, where we can have a system that works whether we are there or not, and it generates income for us. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I have this news. I heard this from one of my mentors that I listen to all the time, and he said something so profound, and I'm going to share it with you here. Because for some of us, we are in our journey. Wherever you are, just know that you are in your journey. And that journey is amazing. It's not the destination where you have to arrive. Enjoy the journey. But here's what I want to say though, in conclusion, that all work works. It's either working on you or it's working for you. But if it's not working for you yet, let it work on you until it starts to work for you. I'll say that again. All work works. It's either working on you or it's working for you. However, if it's not working for you yet, allow it to work on you until it begins to work for you. That's my time. I hope this helps you today. And if you want to start your own wealthy journey, join me, subscribe to this channel, share this message. Let's go on this journey together so we can start building systems that can last beyond us. Have a great day. And remember this, with all of your getting, get understanding.